It's White knocked it down, but Davis got the kick. Lockyer tried to juggle it through there was Swan. Oh, Bell. Oh dear.
Back here.
Bell's in real trouble.
Leave it go. Walk away. We've got him. We've got him. We've got the report. Okay, we've got the report. Let him go. We've got the report.
There's a report.
Ryan, we've got the report. Walk away. Walk away. We've got it. We got it under control. It's under control.
Nathan, settle down. You nearly got me. Settle down.
Emotions running high, and rightly so. So Johnson being told by umpire Donlan he's on report. And hopefully Bell's okay.
Have they called for a stretcher? I haven't seen a stretcher brought onto the ground yet. They're actually just signalling for a stretcher now down on the Melbourne bench. Players have been told so many times about the nature of head-on contact like that, front-on contact, head high by Johnson. As we heard from the umpires, he's already been reported. And let's not try and guess what might happen in the lead-up, but you would think that Johnson is in some serious trouble if that goes before the tribunal.
You would think very serious trouble. That was different to just about any we've seen this year.
In fact, his head came back then to Daniel Bell, and I think it collected with the knee of Carroll, who was running along behind.
Yeah.
So it was a double whammy.
It's just one of those nightmare injuries that the AFL have been trying like crazy to eradicate.
Now, Tarkin Lockyer having a word to Ben Johnson, suggesting he put it out of his mind, I would imagine, but at least we can see that Bell is conscious and talking, and they take a number of precautions. Sometimes it looks better or worse, depending on what's going on out there, than we realize. In this case, hopefully it looks worse.
It is the worst collision that you'll ever view on a football field, Dan.
Yep.
They're taking a lot of time just preparing Bell also before they load him onto the stretcher.
Well, there is a procedure they go through, and they're adhering to that very closely now. And just for the moment, the MCG has gone virtually silent.
All thinking the same thing, aren't they, Dennis? Just hoping that Bell's going to be all right here.
Yeah. Don't know what Ben Johnson was thinking.
Coach looks on. He's had a desperate week. His father passing away and being his funeral yesterday.
And Mick Malthouse has just sent the runner out to all the players. He's told them to keep warm, so they've now just jogged off as a group. I'm sure he's sent a message out to his leaders out there too, just to make sure that they have a quiet word to all the younger players, so that when the players, or when play does resume again, they are in the right frame of mind and they're ready to go.
Well, Ricky, we've seen a really bad injury, a really nasty one to Ben Holland tonight, but this is a scarier one again.
Yeah, it's another scary one, Bruce. And just down here at ground level, it's a very eerie feeling. There wasn't much noise before until the players started moving. You almost hear a pin drop. And it's very scary for the players out there, and obviously for Daniel Bell. He'd be getting told at the moment not to move. He'd be getting talked to as much as they can, just to try and give him some confidence and try and make him feel a bit better about the situation. But it's very eerie down here at ground level.
And the Melbourne doctors, Rick, remember the Ricky Pettard incident earlier this year? It was Andrew Taff and Cal Freed, I think. Ricky Pettard was in all sorts of trouble, wasn't he? But we didn't realise at the time just how desperate he was, and they basically saved his life, didn't they?
Well, they did. They weren't here, Bruce. That kid could have passed away at that time. He had a punctured lung, couldn't breathe, so the doctors did save his life. And again, they got again another threatening injury here, and they're very well trained. So I'm sure they're talking to Daniel and trying to put his mind at ease.
I mean, some of the irony here is that Ben Johnson was actually reported here last week for striking Daniel Jackson and pleaded guilty, didn't get any matches. And tonight he's on report again.
He's going to get some matches for that.
50 metres! 50 metres! Keep Stu going high.
Now off the ball, there's a 50-metre penalty.